Hey, girl, hey.
Hey.
How is?
Great. How are you?
Good.
Good.
I like your sweater.
Thank you.
It's really cute.
What do they call them? Party cardies?
Yeah.
Is it a cardigan? It's
I
got
think
buttons.
it's a cardigan.
Okay. Yeah.
Or you could call
Party
it a
cardi.
sweater. But I think you could still call it a party cardi.
Mm-hmm.
It's good for the fall.
I was looking at your jeans earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Are those Abercrombies?
Mm-mm.
Where you get them ones?
They're the American Eagle ones that I love, that I went back and was going to get another pair.
And they don't make them anymore.
They don't make them no more.
I hate everyone.
Like literally 6 months. And they don't make them no more.
Yeah, because they're making those ugly jeans now.
It's so
that
funny.
I can't do.
Do you remember not the barrel jeans?
Well, I mean them too.
Do you remember not liking skinny jeans at first? You and I hated them.
Yeah, I feel like I was on strike for like 2 years.
We were. And now I'm like, I don't want to go back.
Yeah. Now we got to go to back to boot cut. And aren't they starting to make the low rise again too?
Yeah. But I think their low rise is more mid
rise?
Yeah. Because when I bought one pair of low rise and they fit me like mid rise.
Yeah, our low rise was like butt crack showing.
It barely covered your cooter lips.
Barely.
Like literally the button was above your cooter.
Yeah. Soph asked me the other day, what kind of clothes did you guys wear? And I was explaining to her and she was like, ugh. It's coming back.
Yeah, girl, you're wearing some of what we wore.
Yeah, so.
Ugh.
Anyway.
Yourself. Just kidding.
Rude ass kids.
Welcome to Adventures of Des and Court. I'm Court.
I'm Des.
You got a hot flash?
I do.
What is it? You said that so fast.
I do.
Come on.
Social ladder climbers.
Social ladder climbers. Mm-hmm. What triggered that?
Oh, just things.
Just some things.
Just like, you know, those people that constantly seem to have like a group of friends that they are like all about tagging them on Facebook and like, look who I'm hanging out with.
Yes.
And then you don't see it at all anymore.
And they're with another group.
Then they're now with another group.
Yes.
Like, I don't understand people who use friends to advance.
As a status symbol.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so weird to me.
It is weird.
And I'm like, I sometimes go, is it only like that in this town?
No.
Or do we just notice it more because we've been here for a million years and it's small?
It's small, yeah.
But I'm just like this, ugh. It's annoying to me.
But that's also...
But I don't know why their friendships bother me, but probably because the way they start treating other people.
Well, I think it's because you take your friendships seriously.
Oh, yeah.
And value like a long-term friend. Not everybody's going to be a long-term friend, but we don't, and never have jumped from friend group to friend group.
No.
We ain't doing that.
No.
So then when you see it looks like people are using people, it just gives you the ick.
Yep. Total ick, so.
Yeah. I could see that. Mine is my well breaking. Mm-hmm. This has been a couple weeks, but I didn't bring it up last week. I was just trying to get over it.
Trying to move the fuck on.
But we were at home on Thursday morning and went to wash dishes, and then there's no water. So then our pump and our motor broke, and it is $7,000. So
yeah, well, and probably like the most frustrating thing about that is like this is the second time.
Yeah,
in
it's the second
a 7-year period.
Yeah,
and then Josh was leaving.
Yeah,
so then you're left to like
figure it out all on my own.
Which I mean, you can. We've figured out a million things on our own.
Yes,
but sometimes you just don't want to.
Agreed. Well, and then when they ask you, would you like to do this, or do you, and you're like, I don't know about a well. You tell me, and then I hope that you're not playing me. Mm-hmm. But I think that my biggest grievance, besides the fact that, I mean, I know people that their pump and motor have lasted 18, 12,
Yeah, I
17.
keep knocking on wood because the drilling company has been in my neighborhood like 4 or 5 times this summer.
You're like, no.
At different houses. I'm like, stay away.
But I think my biggest annoyance is at myself in the fact that the last time I did it, I was like, I'm going to start just a well savings and put $50 a month in it.
Right.
Because we don't pay water bill. So it was
Right.
like, just, you know, in case something happens. Mm-hmm. And I never did it.
Yeah.
And then
So
it was,
they
then you
went
have that
wham.
big expense.
Yeah.
Instead of, you know, even if you only had $4,000 in there, it would have been nice to
Have something.
yeah, a buffer from your savings account.
Yeah. It's like its own special account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Corey talked about it too. And I was like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
You just do it.
Don't make me go open the account because I know your
It'll
move.
take forever.
I know your move right now. That's what you're doing.
He's like, by the way.
We're going to do that. Go do it.
Yep.
Because he's not the banker.
So that was just my hot flash, you know, life stuff.
Yeah.
If you're alive, you won't have stuff happening.
Yeah. That's one surefire way to tell you're alive.
Yep. Surefire.
Surefire.
I like it.
I was laying in bed the other night. It was probably Sunday, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really tired because I just had a long day.
Yeah.
You know, and I was starting to fall asleep. And Corey was in the living room.
Just kidding.
Corey was in the living room. And I turned my back to the bedroom door when I fall asleep. And I felt someone pull my blanket. And, you know, I sleep with the weighted blanket on. Somebody pulled my blanket. And I go, Corey, stop. And I rolled over to, like, get on to him. There was no one there.
Mm-hmm. Not even Corey.
No.
Yep. So
not the dog. Nothing.
Somebody
and so
said
then I'm
hi.
like,
then you
oh my God, I have a ghost in my house.
instant heart rate.
Yeah.
Hi, you get flushed.
So I
like,
call him and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm finishing this game or whatever he was watching.
You
I
thought
don't
he
even
ran
know.
in, pulled, and
Yeah.
ran out.
And he's like, well, what do you think it was? I said, I think we have a ghost.
For sure.
And then I'm like falling asleep, waking back up. You know,
looking
like,
around.
don't mess with me. Don't mess with me.
You probably do. I believe in that shit.
But my house isn't that old.
Well, it doesn't matter. It might not be a ghost attached to the house. It might be somebody trying to say
no,
hi
ma'am.
to you.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
What if it
And
was
I'm
your
not
dad
as scared-
fucking with you? Like, hey sis.
But he better not be. He better stop.
If it was anybody, it'd be your dad.
I'm like, he better not do that. When we were kids, he would tell us, don't stick your feet out from under the covers because the devil will pull your toes.
Maybe he was like, let me make sure them toes is covered.
I don't like it. I'm like, don't you dare tell me there's a ghost attached to me.
Not attached to you, but just somebody saying hi.
Come to me in a different way. Don't do that.
That's all you gotta tell them. That scared me. And even in your head, that scared me. If you would like to show me that you're here, show me in this way. And they will.
Show me and leaving me alone.
Like flowers or a bird or
Yeah.
pennies or...
I don't know. I got to figure that out. I didn't like it at all. Yeah, I was like...
I
and
wouldn't
then
have
I woke
slept.
up.
I wouldn't have slept. the
No,
whole
I
night.
woke up at like 11:30. And I think I was up until almost 3. Because I was like, they're in here. I know it. I know it. And you know you're being so unreasonable, right? Like, no one's going to hurt you.
No.
I don't watch scary movies, so it's not like I have that in the back of my head, like making shit up, but...
They don't want to scare you. They just
No.
wanted to tell you they was there.
I
But
could have done without it.
If you get scared, you should tell them I do. I'm like, I don't like
come to
that
me
one.
in my dreams.
Yeah, there you go.
Give me a hug in my dreams. Don't touch my blankie while I'm falling asleep.
Like, then I won't be sleeping
Yeah.
all night. Please don't do that.
I don't do well without sleep
Never
at
have.
all. No, I'm terrible at it. I don't know how people are like, oh yeah, I only got 4 hours of sleep last night. And they look like they're just powering through and they are conquering the world. They're speaking clearly. They're making decisions. 4 hours of sleep and I'm like,
I used to be okay with it, but anymore I'm like,
I have never.
it's like a switch and your brain is like, you could get through so much, and then it's like, that's enough.
Yeah.
And then I cry about
Oh
the
my gosh,
dumbest
the
shit.
crying, yes. Especially if it's like multiple days in a row that you haven't slept well.
Yes, the worst.
And then you're crying over the dumbest things, and it's like,
what is going on?
You are 41. You need to get your shit together.
I might need to take a day off.
Yeah, take a day off and nap. So stupid.
Oh, goodness.
So you non-sleepers were a little jealous.
Yeah.
That you can still function.
I can't do that shit.
Me either.
So Des came over and we did our shopping that we purchased an outfit for each other. And I think it's hilarious because I think we probably picked the fucking exact same shit because that's who we are.
We're really similar.
We are.
Twins.
But we're going to try them on and hopefully do a reel or some stories with it. And then maybe show some ways that you could style it different ways.
So that you're going to have to take the lead on that because, I'm a struggle.
I'll help. I got you.
It's not me.
I got you, girl.
I feel like I'm trying to get better.
You are. I think you're doing a good job. You don't give
shit.
yourself enough credit.
Same shit. I had a lot of fun on Saturday at your house.
Yeah, I made her watch the Mom Talk. We watched 2 episodes. Did you ever go watch any more of it?
No, because I need your Hulu login.
Okay. You can't watch live TV on it, but you can watch that.
Yeah, I don't need live TV. That's not my jam.
I thought that I could give it to Isaac, too, at college. Mm-hmm. So I watched the Vandals game when you left. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, I'm logging in to watch the Vandals game, and it tells me that I got to change the home address here to be able to watch it live.
That's dumb.
It is dumb. I'm like, they should be able to say, this is my college student.
Yeah. That's really dumb.
But
the thing about that show that
yeah,
really drove me nuts, because I'm not a reality TV person.
I really want to get you into it so we could talk more about it.
I'll finish watching the moms.
Okay.
I could do that.
Okay.
But everyone that was wearing black on the show
it pissed you off.
I was like, do y'all not have lint rollers? Like, you're spending thousands of dollars on your freaking hair extensions. You don't have a fucking lint roller in that house?
Well, and you know for sure that they had their hair and probably glam done before they filmed.
Y'all need a lint roller person on set?
Nobody was telling them that they needed to.
Like when Whit went to Whitney Whit, whatever her name is, when she went to her mom's house to tell her mom that she was gonna do the
sex toy
ad or brand deal or whatever, because it was like $20,000. She was gonna tell her mom, heads up, I'm about to have a picture of me with a toy. Her mom had like hair from her own head all over this black shirt, along with all this fuzz, and she's cooking.
And food.
Yeah. She was cooking. I was like, you're gonna get hair in the food. Like, it totally took my whole attention. I'm like, these bitches in their black clothing.
It was bad.
It was so bad. And then I think Taylor had on a pair of black sweats.
Yes.
I'm like, she looks like she went and rolled all over a carpet that hadn't been vacuumed in months.
And then Michaela, when they were at the coffee, she had her
shirt.
My
God.
Yeah, you were like, what?
All of them.
Yeah. If y'all don't
don't
remember this, go back and watch it again. It's funny rewatching things too, because you see things that you didn't see. Mm-hmm. And it's fun to watch with a friend because you can talk shit the whole time.
Yeah. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah. We might have to.
Some stuff you can totally tell it's like set up, right? Like,
for
reality
sure.
Schmality. This isn't how it really happened.
Or they were like, here, get together, and the producers throw topics out there or say, did you know? Stir the pot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did your mom ever tell you, or your dad, if you're going to stir shit, you're going to have to lick the spoon?
No, your parents had a lot more Southern slang. My dad did that. You know what my dad did. The Robinson's Mule Barn, who in a hall would you like?
What ass would you like?
Which ass would you like? Robinson's Pool Hall, who in a hall would you like? Get the fuck out of here. Is a pig's ass pork? does this whatever shit in the woods.
You're going to stir shit. If you're going to stir the shit pot, you better be ready to lick the spoon. I was like, that's disgusting.
And then the other one, the candy ass one.
Oh, yeah. Don't let your alligator mouth overload your candy ass.
Gosh. Some of the fucking sayings, they're my fave. Like, we could do a whole book.
We could.
They good.
Oh, man.
But then Wit, on one of the episodes, says ID-GAF.
Oh, my God.
And I
haven't seen that episode yet, but when you told me, I was like, what?
It took me a second. And I was like, what's that even? ID-GAF. And then I realized I don't give a fuck. And I'm like, we're adults saying ID-GAF instead of I don't give a fuck.
Or, I mean, if you...
Oh, she's
like,
woman, though.
Tone it down. I don't care.
I don't give a freak.
I don't give a freak. A frick.
A frick.
That's what they said in high school.
Yeah.
What the frick?
What the frick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe she just didn't want to cuss because of her religion.
That's fine, but say frick or frack or don't
I don't care. ID-GAF is weird. So now I have it like, that's wild. Now I keep saying ID-GAF.
I mean, I support that.
Because it's stupid and we're making fun of somebody.
Stupid.
Y'all, we had the best day yesterday. We worked.
Running in mouths.
We went to a meeting, but while we were working, we was talking and having fun. And sometimes we just really wish we could be 100% truly ourselves on this podcast, but it would probably get us in trouble a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get there.
And then you go like this.
Who gives a shit?
You have those ideas. You're like, we need a reality show. And it's like every best friend probably says this. And really, why do I think anybody gives a shit what I have to say?
Right. They probably don't give no shit.
No.
But we think we're funny.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah, we are biggest fans.
Yep. No, it was fun walking and chatting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we went on a walk after work. Yep. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Nice best work.
I tried to cut my finger off.
Oh, yeah.
I have stitches for the first time as an adult.
Little Miss Accident Prone.
Yep. I was doing really good, too, though. Like, before this. I feel like I've been doing really good. You don't think so? Tell me some examples.
You bruised all the time.
That's because I don't pay attention to what I'm doing, and I run into the door
Little
jam.
Miss Accident Prone.
No, it's Little Miss ADD. I run into the door jam. I run into the edge of the bed.
Mm-hmm. I get it.
You know. You got more bruises than I do right now.
I do.
So, nice try, cool girl.
I just think it's funny. You were doing all right.
I was doing good. As far as real
really
accidents.
Big accidents. You were doing good. Yes.
So I'm over it now. Poor Corey. But he doesn't listen. So Rose, if you're listening, don't tell Corey. But when I did it, I was in shock. Like, I was pruning back my tomato plants, and I went in to cut, and I felt it like snap through the skin on my pinky, and I was like,
she had her other hand
God.
right where the shears were going.
Oh my God.
Slipped right through her pinky meat.
So I go inside to,
That sounded gross, sorry.
Pinky meat.
Sure about it?
So I go inside to rinse it off, and I'm like, I can see pretty deep in there. Like, I don't think that's good. And it was just bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. So I call Sophia, and I'm like, come here. I need you to call Corey. Well, Corey has his phone on silent all the time. Well, so do I. Mm-hmm. And he was at the shop staining a mantle. And she calls him. I go, he's not going to answer. She calls him again. He didn't answer. 4 times I tried to call him. Because I needed a second opinion.
Yeah.
So then I was mad that he didn't answer.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you get unreasonable. I'm like, this is why my mom is still my emergency contact at 41. Because somebody could be calling Corey saying your wife was in a wreck. She's in the ICU. And he'll be like, I don't know that number.
I was working. Sorry.
I don't know that number. So I'd be laying there in the ICU for like 5 hours before he finds out about it. You know?
She called me on her way to the
He
urgent
did feel
care.
terrible.
And she's like, I'm just so annoyed that I called him 4 times and he didn't answer. And Corey's always been this way. He's very like, if he's in the middle of something, he's not stopping. But as a best friend, you know, and a female, because we're a little bit.
I hate medical stuff too, so I need to put that out there. Like, this is why I freak out and I need somebody to talk. Like, come here.
I'm like, you called 4 times and he didn't answer. You don't think that he would have known, like, at 4 times there's something wrong and with his wife and he needed to answer?
He never even saw it ring.
No, he didn't.
Because he had it sitting on the desk in the shop because he was in the shop working. And so he calls me and I'm on my way, you know, because now I'm hyper independent because that's how I get.
I'm going to go by myself.
Yep. And so I'm driving myself, got my hand squeezed real tight so that it wouldn't bleed much. Sophia was like, I can take you, Mom. I just need to get... I said, nope. Like, even her, she wasn't safe. She didn't even do anything. Nobody did anything. I did it, really, you know. So he calls me and he's like, well, I'm almost done here. I said, no, it's okay. I'm on my way already.
I'll let you know when I'm done.
I'll see you when I get home.
I think it's so funny because I told Josh and he was like, well, I mean, he was staining. He just needed a minute. He needed to finish doing what he was doing and he would have called her back. Yep. It's so funny that guys are one way and girls are like, oh,
yeah.
Like, how dare you?
It really wasn't that long. You know what I mean? But you're going to be dramatic for a minute.
Yes.
And so he texted me and he said, I feel so terrible. And I know he did.
Yes,
you know?
he did.
And I said, well, maybe you should start wearing your watch to work again.
Maybe he needs does he have his old one?
Yeah.
Wear his old one.
Exactly. Because I'm not going to call you unless it's an emergency. Yeah. Or I'm not gonna.
Or turn it on emergency bypass.
But we can't figure that out for some reason.
On Samsung.
Because he tried to figure it out, and then I called him and nothing. So, if anybody knows how to put a Samsung Galaxy 21 on emergency bypass, send me some directions.
Maybe the ringtone in the emergency bypass needs to be on. Yeah, maybe it's on silent.
I don't know. I gotta dig in there. But he can hand me my phone or his phone.
Yeah, you can't. It's so hard.
And I'm like, yeah. It's like a total digital dyno. I'm like, this isn't the one I have. You know what I mean? Because I've had iPhone for...
I don't know. Ever.
11 years?
Ever since BlackBerry was gone.
Ever since they discontinued that BlackBerry. You remember the rolly-ball on the BlackBerry?
I had a red one. Like a jewel-toned red one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, mine was black, I think.
BlackBerry. That was so cool.
And you could hold it and it'd be like, and the buttons, typing out sentences.
Yes.
While the rest of the world was T9ing.
Yeah. So Corey's not in trouble.
No, he's not. And he wasn't.
And she knows she was being Delulu.
I was. And it was because I was injured. Mm-hmm. Okay? And I was mad at myself.
But it was funny. And
I don't like shots. I didn't know if I needed a tetanus shot. So he was the victim for me being in panic mode.
Yep.
I didn't need a tetanus shot.
She was in and out in 20 minutes.
Yeah. And oh my God. Why does that always happen when you're so ugly?
She had just gone on a walk. Her hair was up in like a sumo bun and she for sure. Hates anybody to see her like that.
Yeah. And I had on zero makeup. I might have still had an eye booger from the morning.
She sent me the picture, though, and she looked pretty, so don't let her fool you. But she felt like she looked awful. And then she's like, and then this handsome PA comes in, and you're like, God dang
You're like, yep, hey, good morning, you know. He's like, well, and then you say dumb things, too.
You started talking about gardening with him.
I said I was just setting myself up for a nice Grandma Friday. He's like, "What's a Grandma Friday?" I'm like, "Why did I say that?" I went for a walk with my mom, and I was working in my garden, and I'm just thinking to myself, "Just shut up. Let the man stitch your finger. Shut up, Desiree."
So funny.
Yeah, dumb shit.
So Josh told me a story of them hunting this last weekend. Mm-hmm. So they've gone into the same place for years, and there's always this older guy that packs, usually two older guys, and he's got this one spot that he always stays in, and they pack in with mules. Well, this time he wasn't there, the older guy wasn't, but they had walked through kind of where he camped, and there's a cooler there. Mm-hmm. And it's Josh, one of his good friends, and their son, who just turned 18. Mm-hmm. And they're like, go check out that cooler. And he's like, okay, go see what they left in it. Like, what's in it? Why is it there? He goes over there, opens the cooler, and he's like, I need hand sanitizer. I need hand sanitizer now. I'm like, what's
Did they poo in it? Oh, my God.
They shit in the cooler, and it had kitty litter and shit in the cooler.
What is wrong with people? I'm sorry. I think hunting's gross anyways. Don't come for me. Like, I know that's how you feed your family, and like it's better meat for you and like the thrill of it or whatever. But I be hearing about how much all this stuff costs.
Oh, I know.
And then how nasty they are in the woods.
Well, I mean, they gotta shit. You gotta poop.
Dig a hole.
Yeah, so that's what I said. Why aren't they digging a hole? And Josh goes, the only thing I can think is they're older. And he's like, so maybe like.
But then you leave the doo-doo?
Yeah, like why are you not taking it out with you? That's
a hazard.
That's disgusting.
My stomach is turning.
I was like, I gotta tell Des because I knew I'd get a reaction.
Oh my God. I would be on the same page as Hunter.
You wouldn't have been able to eat the rest of the day.
No,
you wouldn't have been able to put your hands near your face.
I would have been
no
hiking.
Water and soap.
Nope. I would have been hiking out of that place, going the fuck home. No. Ew, gross. Well, it's like the hunters, and they say they like rub urine on them and stuff.
Yeah.
To
These
smell
guys
like
don't
the
do
wilderness and stuff. What?
I think it's so that you can get I don't know this for sure, but I think it's so that you can get the males because they think you're more of a female, so they want to come.
Because you smell like pee?
So
I don't smell like pee.
Pheromones, kind of, so they want to come hump you. So then you pull them, you draw them in.
I don't know. I've never been with a hunter, though, and... Do you remember that time I came over to your house?
And the deer was hanging in the
You're like,
garage.
just... Because at Courtney's house, like, nobody goes through the front door. If somebody's going through the front door, it's a stranger.
It is.
Okay?
Anybody knows
their house has always been a garage house.
It has been, always.
And so she's like, come on through the garage. Josh will let you through. Well, she didn't tell me that Josh was out there freaking... with a deer hung and
gutting it and not gutting it, but like
whatever
what do you call it? Skinning it. Yeah,
ripping its skin off. Mm-hmm. Like, I remember going, "Why did you do that?" Like, I could have waited. I didn't have to come over right now. There's blood.
If I remember right, I don't think I knew that he had it like hung yet.
Yeah.
And when we opened the garage door, you were like, "Oh!"
Yeah.
You could have told me.
Well, did I ever tell you the story of the pigs when I lived in Germany?
I don't think so.
So my mom, we were in the car with my mom. I was like 4, maybe 5. But like this was such a big thing. Like it really impacted me and I remember it. Like I have very vivid memories of this thing. So we had gone over... that my dad was in the Army. They rented a house, and the person they rented it from, his name was Schneider. And Schneider's cows were always in our backyard. Mm-hmm. And, like, pooing. Wandering around. Like, there was always cows, you know. And we went to see somebody that was friends with Schneider. And he walked up to the car, and I remember thinking, oh, my God. He had a small pig. It was small because he was holding it by its back feet and its guts were open and he had blood everywhere. I was like, What are we,
as
like,
a kid.
you know, you're thinking this guy's going to murder
He's going to murder
us.
me.
Yeah, why is he killing things? So, I don't know. I don't like it. You ain't hanging shit in my garage.
Or shitting in a cooler.
I'm serious. I would have been like, I'm going home.
I don't think I could personally shit in a cooler. Like, I would be like, I'm going to go dig a hole.
I would spend 4 days on the mountain not going potty.
I would too. But
it would shut off.
But if it was like dire need, I would rather go in a woods than in a cooler. That's so
for other
weird.
people to see.
It's so weird. I don't know.
With kitty litter? That's so weird. Ew.
Yeah. Very ew.
Don't they have those like 5-gallon buckets that have little toilet seats that you can get?
Yeah. That actually have like a bag, I think, that you like put in. So what do you do with that when you're done? Because you can't just throw that away, can you? That's like, I
don't know.
That's like hazardous material.
Yeah.
I don't know. I need to know that. Now we're talking about shit.
Well, because
I know I had to though.
Like I'm never gonna be
I knew I would
cooler,
get the shock factor from
you
it.
got me.
And now I'm trying to come up with a goddamn nickname for that shit cooler.
A schuler.
But I feel like she needs to be in it, like SHI. Or a pooler.
A pooler. Yeah. Ew, that pooler. Ew. So when you're old, Joshy, you're not allowed to take coolers hunting.
He packs in. So then they don't take any mules. So he only can take what's on his back. So he can't take a cooler unless he has a mule to carry the cooler in for him.
He's going to have to keep bringing a shovel.
Oh, my goodness.
I saw this thing. It was a news story. And the headline said, Chinese zoo admits that they used painted dogs for their panda exhibit. And so they had taken, what are those dogs called?
They gotta be puffy, black one.
No, they painted them black.
Oh,
we had a dog like this when I was a kid. Hold on. It's on my phone. I got a screenshot of the story.
I mean, they would have to have a lot of fur.
Mm-hmm. They do. They are chows. They're called chows.
Okay, chows.
And it says, they admitted that they used painted dogs for their panda exhibit. The deception was uncovered by visitors after the so-called pandas began barking and panting like a dog, according to local media reports. Initially, the zoo claimed the animals were a breed of panda dogs, but later admitted they just painted dogs. Could you imagine thinking that people were that stupid? Like, these people are so stupid, we're going to be able to get this by them.
And that a dog,
I would be offended that someone thought I was this fucking bark. Stupid.
Like,
yeah.
What?
Yep. Yeah.
I'm confused.
Yeah, they were chows. Look at this dog.
They painted even around the eyes. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
That's funny.
They're a panda dog.
There ain't no such thing.
I would be so offended someone thought that was that stupid.
Me too. Dicks.
And in China. Isn't that where pandas are from?
I don't.
They're from China.
I think so.
And pandas don't move as fast as dogs do. Or walk like that. Weird. Anyway. I just saw it and I was like, what?
Or eat the same food.
Yeah, they're not chewing on bamboo.
No.
They're barking and panting.
So weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
These poor morons.
The diddler.
Oh, God.
Just going back to it. I'm on diddler TikTok.
I haven't been on the TikTok, but I'm on diddler Graham.
And the interviews that be going down about him talking about making sure the rooms are hot.
Yeah. Ugh.
So that the alcohol sets in. Mm-hmm. And just a lot of the interviews that he's done in the past are wild. Mm-hmm. And then all these people that are like, I'm taking a vow of silence or I'm not talking on it. Mm-hmm. It's like, you's involved somehow.
Yeah. Yep. And they talk about like someone said something along the lines of like, maybe you'll believe your conspiracy theorist. Did you like that? Conspiracy theorist friends now.
Yeah.
You know it's got to be big.
I saw somebody saying that Kim girl, that
Porter.
Yeah, that passed away, said that he was having her like sleep with some of these celebrities, like when she was like 9 months pregnant, because it was like Illuminati stuff, and they wanted to like have the soul or essence of the baby, and she was like, absolutely not. I need to get that book.
Where did she write? She wrote a book?
Yeah, there's a book.
And then she died.
Or she passed away, but this book was like on her computer already, is what they're saying. And then the other conspiracy theory is the baby oil was taken because it's drugs.
Yeah, GHB, they said, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm. And I saw that this morning.
I was like, I'm like deep in it. Like you guys so deep that I even sent Des this one TikTok and then had to go back and be like, I think that was AI. They got me. Do you remember?
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm really deep in this.
This is how you take over the world, though. Like,
right.
It's some of it is AI.
Yes,
right,
for sure.
And at first you go, "Oh my God," but then you've got to go further.
You got to fact check it for sure.
But then, at what point do you hit and you're like, "What is real anymore?"
I know. That's a deep question, Des. That's a deep question.
Well, yeah.
ID-GAF.
ID-GAF. I don't digress. ID-GAF.
ID-GAF.
I like that one. So we'd be watching the diddler. Somebody said he's talking because
to the FBI. Mm-hmm. Well, I bet they don't believe all of what he's saying.
Yeah. He was. I did see one interview where he was talking about his parties and how they won't even give him a permit for his parties anymore. And he was like, one day, my parties are probably going to get me arrested. Yeah. Maybe that was, what do they call it? Deep fake or something like that?
Yeah. Deep fake. AI deep fake.
Oh, maybe. Anyway, nobody gives a shit what we have to say.
I do.
ID-GAF.
Girl, I do gaff.
I do gaff.
I do gaff about what you gotta say, okay? Okay. Well,
that's all.
Hope you liked it. If y'all could please share, like, comment. We love it, but also getting us out there so other people can listen. We would appreciate it. We hope you have a great weekend. See you later, homegirls.